Okay. Oh, Krishna.
Alright, what's up, King XVX gang? Today we'll be exploring this map. I did not look at the loading screen,
The
so
name is Barranco.
King XVX will
Barranco?
tell us what the map name is.
Barranco, I believe. Barranco,
Alright,
Barranco,
Barranco.
something like that. Alright, where do you want to lead us off?
Looks kind of coastal themed. I don't know. It's gray box though, but there's a couple tropical trees.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go towards B.
Alright,
We have this mid-con.
we got this main.
Oh no, that's not. There's not really like a mid. I mean, I guess.
Looking at minimap, it's like a 2 lane to mid.
Looks like there's like two mids. Yeah.
Alright, this is an interesting way to come out on this side.
Quite interesting. You can jump off, or you can go all the way down. There's these corners that are pretty deep, so you won't get caught. And then there's also jump up for CTs, or if you just want to go back up as a T.
Yeah, that is.
However,
interesting.
plantable zone is way deeper in on site. You can still plant. Can you plant? You can't even plant for that, can you?
You can't really plant from
Because
main.
these
I mean, you
pillars.
can
I
like
guess you could plant
attempt
here. Maybe you could plant here, but I don't think. I think there was always a safe defuse from.
I think maybe if you plant in this very
main.
corner, where like all the way there, then I can long arm it from maybe here, but not too much to the right. And if I long arm it from
It
here,
doesn't
then
matter,
I
it's
think
a
part of
pillar.
my body. I think like part of your body will stick out now. Like I can see part of you right now.
I have direct LOS on where that
Yeah,
plantable zone is.
I have line of sight on
I'm
you
very
too.
regular.
And I can see you as well.
Can you still see me now?
Yes, very barely.
Okay, wow. So, okay, that is a plant
Just
spot.
barely
And
possible.
it seems like it would be the default plant as well.
Yeah, because it's the safest, for sure.
Maybe this is like a desperation plant. But even then, util is so easy to get you there as opposed to
Yeah, a
here
single
where there's a little
molly
bit
or
more space
nade
for you to
and
get
you're
out.
done there, yeah. You're just like running bounce like a nade or
And there's this pillar to bounce off of, yep.
Exactly.
Makes it even, like, more, like, makes it even easier for the CTs to throw util.
You can solo get up here, by the way, which could be a funny off angle. I don't know if you noticed this. You can just kind of jump, and you're up there. It's a crouch jump for the
Where's
second
the
one.
second jump?
You just jump crouch.
Yeah, I kind of suck at this. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, did it first try. But yeah, it's just a funny off angle. So yeah, coming to B, you have like two
Also,
off
there's
angles, like the left
this
side of the street.
interesting cover on the back of the site.
Oh
Really
yeah, kind of like this
cool
flat
headshot
area.
angle.
Oh yeah, and you can fight the people coming from the balcony. And also the mid area that
But
we kind of...
it's like a double-edged sword. T's, if they take control far enough, it's
Oh yeah, they
theirs,
can use it to
because
hold.
they have this part of it.
Oh, there's a tree that like pops in and out of existence. It's very strange. Well, as you're like coming up the staircase, there's a tree like over here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, it's perfectly at the fade out distance, so it just pops in and out. That's interesting. A shame. There's a headshot box. We didn't really talk about this, but there's a nice.
So I didn't see. Oh yeah, true. And then there's this little cubby-ish thing.
This is more for like a post plant.
T's can use as a kind of like a you get up to here and kind of.
Yeah, you can like it's something to scale with.
T's can post up here. Yeah.
It gives them
So I think like smokes might be looking like maybe something right here.
Oh yeah, for T's.
And then maybe something like right here. And you might have yourselves.
I think this is like the standard TX
smoked up.
The only issue is like
they have this jump up, but that's like the only thing you got to be kind of looking for.
Yeah, I think because it's only one angle to have to worry about, and honestly, it's like not the hardest molly to use that way. To just have it bounce into that general area and push someone back.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty comprehensive look at B site. I mean, CTs start here, so they have like a lot of. They have 2 retake angles because they can.
Yeah, I think the contact point will be. Like maybe even into this, like inside this upper area.
Do you want to do timings real quick on B?
Like maybe here.
Let's do timings real quick.
Sure.
Gear up. We're going in.
You have the command so that you can hear me.
Yeah.
Right?
I can hear you right now. Yeah, I set up a bind to make it so I can just do it instant. Alright,
Okay, yeah,
so I
downtown
jumped up
is-
this I jumped up this yellow car, by the way. Wait, Krishna, can you do
Yeah,
that
but
again?
you'd be able
this
to.
time?
If you wanted to, you
Oh
could
yeah,
just
I can hold
like
you for sure.
there's an angle all the way deep.
Real quick, Krishna,
So
next time,
starting
can
from
you...
here, basically.
Yeah, basically there, you're right. But real quick, next, I want you to check the timing down here. Jumping into this area and then going
Sure.
to the left.
Wait,
Because
let's
up
look at
here-
this area first before we do the timing. Might as well just.
Yeah, sure. I mean, this is like a mid type option. There's like 2 mids.
Yeah.
Do you see
Drop.
red and blue
And
lights
this
here?
isn't a really. I thought this might have been
Like surfable?
accessible to just walk on, but it's
Oh,
not.
like a catwalk? Yeah.
It is
it's
surfable.
not.
The whole thing's surfable.
Oh yeah, it is. You're right. Do you see red and blue lights on the
If you
floor
wanted
here?
to
or is
do a
this
B
just me?
split, you'd smoke right here.
Like if you stand back
I
here,
did
there's,
see
like,
him at
red
one
and blue
point,
lights on
like
the
from further
floor.
back. Yeah. Like, yep.
They phase
Under
in
these- Yeah.
What's going on here? Oh, okay. It's a. I
No.
went underneath. It's a texture. There's just like an experimental texture that's meant to be used to gauge what lighting is on a map, and it's underneath. And so it's if you're far enough away, it kind
Gotcha.
of glimmers through. We got this lurk area and the sewer. I'm gonna join your team again,
Yep.
just so I
Alright,
can,
let's try this.
You wanna do timing?
Let me just see where this B connector comes up to. Oh, it comes
B
up to-
connector comes
yeah.
up to here. Yeah, that's like there's 2 B connectors from this sort of like sewer area. There's one that's kind of deeper into CT that you're gonna have to be mindful about getting pinched on site. I can't speak. And then like the T
Yeah,
side.
I think this is more for CT rotates than it would for a T side exec.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's
I
possible.
mean, maybe you could have a smoke that lands on this side, yeah, and then you could do some sort of like maybe eco player. I don't know. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem like something you
'Cause
do
you
on a
could
full-fledged
maybe-
buy round.
You might be able to work mid from both sides, right? And so you might be able to send someone, maybe a late lurk through this like under ramp area to go ramp to B.
Yeah, that is true.
And also, I don't know if you really looked at this, but over here on the CT side of B, they have an angle up here that they can play.
Yeah, they have a heaven area.
Yeah,
I
you
think
can
it's this
see
connector
very-
just makes it so that you need to have at least one person watching mid, because say this con wasn't there, you could just have a guy posted back B site watching both the mid lurk through con and just the B lurk if there was like a more A heavy default, but now you gotta have someone in mid as well.
I'm a little more committed to an area.
Or the guy would just have to play all the way back here and give up all of the site.
Yeah. All right. You want to do the timing now?
Yep. Where do you want me to run?
Do the go to the. I want you to go to the mid route. Like go to the like little mid thingy and then
To
try
B?
and run to B. Yeah. To B. I just want to see what it looks like for me. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty.
Okay, it's
so
right here.
There's no way for me to jump up on the yellow car because remember how I was able to jump up and kind of
Well,
get like a
that
time.
is.
It just makes it impossible.
Yeah, but
Let me see the
maybe
ramp
there's
timing.
somebody who could hold this person.
Yeah. I'm gonna run it back. Let's see if I
Let's
can
show
hold
them
you,
who we are.
like going to the ramp in the first place. Oh, I can hold your jump basically. That's kind of wild.
So it all comes down to how fast a smoke could potentially land here.
Yeah, because you kind of want a smoke to split this. That's interesting.
But you can't. I don't think you can. Can you really hold like my jump? Were you already?
I was posted for
Out
like
on
a half a
this-
second. I was posted for half a second and I watched you drop.
Oh,
I
say
didn't go
say
by the way, I
took
didn't
like
take
the
the
surf
ramp route,
route
by
and I
the way,
kind of
just so you
hugged
know.
this side.
Oh, yeah, you could probably safe drop. Just so
You
know,
went.
it-
You went through here, right?
Yeah,
The
I went
stairs.
through mid. And maybe you could hold me. Wait, go on your side. There's a little sewer on the right when you spawn in. Go down the sewer on the right and see if you can watch me on the bridge. Alright?
Where? Oh, I
It's
see.
on the lower
Let's
right.
go,
There's like a little
fellas.
watery sewer. See if you can watch me and get
Yeah.
to my angle. Oh, you can't at all. Yeah, I'm. There's no way. Let's just run that timing one more time.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna like, push into you.
Let's go.
Dominic, we're doing that meandering.
Then you should just mute Dom on your end.
Yeah, well if I mute Dom, I have to restart the recording, so I'd rather if Dom just like muted himself, please. Can you mute yourself, Dom? For map meandering related purposes. Thank you very much. Anyways, sorry, where were we? Yeah, the timing here. Let's
Let's
run
run
that
it
back.
back.
Come on.
Alright. Okay. I could very safely have decided to jump down under the spiral staircase if I wanted to. How do you feel about this, Krishna?
I mean, you could have easily what?
I could have easily jumped down
dropped
behind
down
the
here
spiral
and swung out?
staircase. And yeah, and I think
Yeah.
that's very tough as a T. Like if I'm imagining this angle as a T, because I have to have my crosshair ready for up there on the bridge, and at any time you can swing from below. That seems really difficult. Damn. I mean, we're looking a lot at middle right now.
Yeah.
Not really looking at A.
At least this is I thought this was a jump up at first, but at least it's a walk up. Made it.
That's true.
So it's just a smooth.
So it's a little easier to try and take control of this area than I might have initially thought. So yeah, crunching middle
Even then,
is
it is a little bit
difficult
tough.
for T's.
Because there's this headshot angle also.
Yeah, for sure.
If you want to do some sort of mid take, I think you have to be pressuring it from both sides.
Yeah, you have to split this for sure. From drop into
'Cause-
sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, something minor.
Also, but the sewer side doesn't seem too important for T's, if I'm gonna be honest.
That's true. It's only
Like,
to help you put pressure on the bridge.
What are T's gonna do with this control?
All
yeah,
you can
exactly.
do with this control is get on
So,
top
like, say
of
you're
the
doing
bridge.
some sort of B split.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll be able to get all the way up here.
I think, yeah, you're right. It's very...
Because
difficult,
rotates
not
are
the
too
most
fast
feasible.
from A and B. The control of this area is kind of solidified in CT's possession.
I agree. Can we take a quick look at a site and like understand what's going on there?
Sure.
Because I feel like, so going from the T, I just spawned in as a T so I could see it from the T perspective. The sewer area has like a branching path to the right, which is kind of like your A long, and this A long area culminates back into here, which is also a fast route. This whole entire
Oh yeah, there's an upper area and a
weird.
slight lower area.
And then this is like your main.
I think
chunk.
it's just something that like an opera can be posted on during a default or something.
Yeah, and it seems like.
Or just anybody can be posted onto hold deep control.
Oh, Krishna, if you come over here, there's an elevated angle for T's, like a balcony. And it looks like CTs have a way to get up here too by just doing a couple jump crouches. So it's a little interesting. Oh, they have a little sussy pit area over here. That's kind of wild. Wait, can you see me right now if
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
fully
right.
tucked in this corner?
Nope.
No, you can't.
cannot.
Oh
I
my
can
God.
see you once I'm here, like where I'm sitting currently.
That's crazy. That's wild. in
So
my
it is pretty nice. It is a pretty deep corner.
Yeah, so that's somewhere you could play as an offense.
Nice.
Not like the best. This is a place like post plant as a
Here's
T.
a good spot for T's.
Yeah. And we have this back arch area where CTs are probably going to be playing. Bomb site itself seems
Yeah.
really simple.
And I'm assuming default plant will be like here maybe, or
Yeah.
on this thing.
Something that we
I think
can
this
look
is-
at.
this one's
If you see
easy.
from the CT perspective, there's a balcony here. So you're probably going to want to plant safe in this balcony. Because this is like a really easy way for a rotator to watch you as you plant.
Oh, you can get on top of this box as well.
Oh yeah, you can just do
Do the jump.
Where is the
It's like a usually like this like thing. I don't know. It's random.
Oh.
Be a
Yeah,
little
I
bit further back.
I see it. There's like a little metal strip here that I think you're jumping onto.
Yeah. So if you're crouched here, you can't stand up.
Got it. So yeah, that's what it is.
It's all across the whole thing. It's across the whole box.
Oh, it is? It's not the most visually clear, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it isn't. Yeah.
Alright. Interesting.
And then CTs have a little balcony of their own
Yeah, the balcony is
that
very
connects
strong.
to that backside area.
The balcony lets them get an angle onto this. You could probably really throw utility.
Balcony fight.
I wonder how early you could throw utility as a T or as a CT. You could probably get like a molly, like lands, and stops you going there. Though with the new incendiary change, it might be a little harder.
You gotta switch to CTs. Yep, we gotta use a
Yeah.
different. All these.
So yeah, I'm gonna buy that.
Also, how much was the duration nerfed?
About a second and a half. It might be a little less, a little more. But
Meandering.
okay, so it barely doesn't. But I think if I like had a better lineup with like a running jump throw,
Throwing fire.
that's a little.
Incendiary out.
high.
Throwing fire.
Yeah, which is great. Yeah, if I do it perfectly, it's definitely possible, I think, Krishna, to, as a CT, fully deny.
Incendiary. Incendiary out.
I don't want to spend too much time on this, but like, I think it's definitely possible to get an incendiary deep enough if you took the time to.
Yep.
So that's interesting. And I think timing-wise it would work too.
What do you
Site
think an
itself-
AXX looking like?
Yeah, so if I can do
Maybe
it.
smoke here and smoke up here.
I'm thinking, yeah, I think those are gonna be like essential. Smoke down here, otherwise if you don't have that smoke for that, it's super easy for anyone who's in mid to quickly come back and help.
And then also a molly for these stairs.
Yeah, for the people coming in the arch.
At the back of bottom balcony.
You know what you're talking about, like this double arch area? Yeah, I agree. One smoke here for sure. If possible, try and find a way to get the smoke to land like a little higher up on the staircase.
Further up. Yep,
Yeah,
so there are
otherwise
gaps
it's
at
like
the top.
no gaps at the top.
And it's also
Exactly.
flush now.
Getting a smoke here, you could probably do pretty easily, because if you come where I'm standing right now, we're on different teams, but basically, like, you know how there's a raised area right here? If you're on the raised area, you're exposed to it, but if you've gone through the lower area first, and then you come here, you aren't exposed at all, and then you can easily just wing a smoke. It'd probably be, like, less bad, but you could easily just wing a smoke to bounce into there.
Yeah.
I fucked it up, but it's definitely, like, possible to find a lineup. It's easy from there. And then
You can molly this pit pretty easily from back here.
Yeah, without having to expose yourself to
Throwing fire.
It's the entirety of it.
even within its CT incendiary, it'll burn them out into the open. So it's not like the strongest angle. I think if possible, you'd like a molly where I have one. Can you? Oh, I need to give myself a weapon underscore Molotov. So I have like the right side. But if you could get a molly that lands like in this back area behind this big box, I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we looked at. I think we got a good grasp of both of the bomb sites, so you have a good grasp of middle. I think we should take a timings check on A, because we've done middle and we've done B, but we haven't really done A.
Sure.
Alright. Alright, let's just full send it A.
Let's move out.
I'm gonna jump up the balcony. Can you try and go to the balcony?
I'm going through the lower route.
Okay, yeah. I can jump
So
up
that was
here
the
in
lower
time to
timing.
go the lower route.
Let me go the normal way for it now.
Yeah, if you go the normal way into like the aqua, so to
Go, go,
speak,
go.
I'm gonna call it aqua, because...
Oh, can you run it back? I messed up.
Yeah, got you. Just go aqua,
Move it,
and I think
son.
you'll be able to see me a little sooner. But I think I took an inoptimal route the first time, maybe. Okay, yeah, so
I
you
could
caught my
watch you
jump.
drop.
Awesome. Wait, can we do that again? I'm gonna go to the balcony and I'm gonna see like how much time I have on
How
you.
long are you
Let's give it
posted?
to them, boys.
Yeah.
Throwing fire.
Basically, like, you have the time to throw a molly or something.
I've been holding it for a long time, yeah. It's definitely enough time to throw a molly. Do it one more time. I'm
Let's
just gonna
go.
see if I can get that molly actually there.
Oh my bad. This time I was going lower.
Oh,
Run
okay.
it back. I just reached.
Yeah, go aqua one more time. I just want to see like if I can actually get the molly there.
Incendiary out.
Oh, I kind of fucked it, but it's definitely doable. There's more than enough time. I like fucked how I threw it because it's like a higher area. Yeah, let's do the lower timing. And you're like going longer. so-
Gear up. We aren't going on a windy walk here.
Okay, so I can kind of watch as you
Oh
come out.
wow. I think I can take contact a little bit earlier if I'm swinging here this way. I
Yeah, you
guess.
can swing the staircase. So
But
CT
I'd be
aggression is
further
very
back.
risky because of the fact that you can peek from the lower arch or the upper through the stairs.
But you can kind of hug this wall and you'll see me from full safety.
That's true. But it's
Like, you'll see lower without this
without
guy
being
having
exposed.
any angle.
Yeah.
I mean.
But during that whole time, I have to be scared about like an aqua player scaling up and just peeking from another side as well. It's not very safe to fall back.
It's
Maybe
true.
you take like if I play on this exact corner, I can maybe take one shot then tuck into here. But like if I'm tucked here, it's like you don't have a lot of escape options. So I think like right where I'm standing is probably your best bet because you can get an early shot and then you can duck into the pit and then fall back to like a headshot angle. And yes, you might get mollied.
Maybe just play this headshot angle from the start.
I could see this being like a solid place to scout or op, where you're watching for like their head to peek over the pit, over the ramp. This palm tree is actually so perfectly placed because it lets you scale up while isolating the angle. Like if I like hold the angle, like this palm tree is actually so perfect because it's full body cover. Like I can't like see part of you peeking at all.
Yeah.
It's really well placed. I don't think I have anything like inherently obviously negative to say about this map. Like, everything feels like fine.
Yeah, no, I think it's also good.
If I had to say a change,
I think
would
the
say,
mid more serves as a CT rotate
yeah, it's hard
and
for
make
teams to leverage
retakes
mid.
more interesting because all the flank, all these like ramps and stuff that CTs used to, I mean T's used to split are so easily accessible for CTs when they're on retake,
Yeah.
and there's just so many more things to worry about.
Something I just realized, Krishna, is you know how we talked about that deep molly I could throw for Aqua? I could throw a deep molly for like this balcony.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call it like apps, even though it's not really. That's just what I'm gonna say. So I can like, and I
Yeah,
can throw
we'll
that
call
from
it
really
apps.
far back.
Incendiary out.
Like consistently. You don't need like any
Yeah.
skill or lineup, and you're like fucked. And you can have it be like it'll land connectedly, so that way they'll take a lot of damage if they run through it because of the damage.
But it doesn't
ramping
give you
up.
any much more control. It just slows down the timing.
It slows down the
there's not
timing, but it
much
doesn't give me much control, but
control
because of that slow down, you're able to jump onto this. Remember when I was able to jump onto this, and then I was like, you saw me as I came out of the pillar? Now I have the ability to fully stand here, or I could be like playing a headshot angle around the spiral staircase, or I'm crouched
Yeah,
like
but
on
because of the
this
way the
yellow
angles
tab.
are, like I can isolate these angles. Like it's not like it's like too big of a threat.
That's true. Well, isolating this,
There's
you
not
see
that
where I
many
am,
like
Krish, right now,
insane
Krishna, it's kind
threats.
of hard, because there's multiple levels of
Yeah,
verticality. Because I can stand on the railing,
that's
I can
true.
stand one layer below the railing, I can stand on the car, I can crouch, I can be even further back here. And then all, the whole time that you're swinging to like isolate that, I think even if you're full hugging this right side, you'll be exposed to a guy who's standing where I am right now. Like this guy could swing out if there's a second person doubled up. Because no matter how you clear it, like, unless I'm hugging
But I think
forward.
this crossfire can be set up without the molly, is what I'm saying.
That's true, that's true. But the molly just confirms it, because otherwise
Like
this
you're
guy
not
like,
gaining
gets yellow.
much.
If you don't throw the molly, the guy that was on the yellow cap.
The only thing you
can't
gain
do it.
is the guy fully jumped up. Everybody else, you have the time.
That's true. That's true.
So it kind of maybe breaks apart a split timing or something, but other than that, like, it's just kind of slowing them
also,
down.
if you desired to, you could, on top of having the molly here, attempt to scale up and take more space. Like, it's not the best idea, but it is an option.
Throwing fire.
The molly
Yeah,
here,
that is true.
being able to do that.
And then have someone throw a pop flash from deep, maybe land like right where my head is right now.
Yeah,
like that.
I was about to say, because it's definitely possible with the way that the map is structured to have a pop flash from a guy all the way like downtown, just like a walking around.
Yeah.
I fucked that up, but it's definitely like doable, like
Deploying
a
flashbang.
quick W tap. Like it was close. It wasn't like the exact, but if I was a bit closer, it would have been it, right? Like it popped like where like around here. If it was a little more forward. It's definitely doable. We don't have to find the lineup right now, of course, but you're right. The molly, combine it with the pop flash as your teammate gets close, you can take a lot of deep control. Obviously, if you're doing that though,
I'd compare it to like mollying like T ramp on Mirage. It doesn't give you much, but it gives you some like slightly more options to maybe push up further into
for
the
sure. That is a really good comparison to like an official map. I think it's yeah. I think it's actually kind of hard for T's to do much, because at B they can be kind of locked into the apartments area early. At A, I think they have a few more options, but because of how CT-sided mid at least seems to me, I don't think there's a lot to do as a T, aside from just trying to hard execute sites.
But I think that mid control isn't too, like full mid control isn't too important, because as we saw, like there's a smoke that you can throw right near sewer.
Yeah, like right here.
That kind of lets you split. Or even further, you can.
They can kind of peek over.
Okay.
They can fully peek over this fish now.
Like this.
Well, I guess that.
That lets you split.
But this split doesn't really offer much, because at the end of the day, it's still this same choke point here.
I guess
it gives offer. Yeah, that's true. All the people are aggressive for sure. But even then, after that, B still remains as like one real choke point, or like
yeah,
two,
the rest of B is too deep for the split to actually help with anything.
I don't know. An A site, like if we get that deep molly we were talking about earlier, and you try and get some aggression into the balcony area, it's really hard to do much because you can also push up at like the long area, fight people around the palm tree. Granted, T's do have options like how you showed off that other angle on the stairs, the headshot angle that they can peek from. But it seems like a lot of CT side aggression is very viable on this map. Like,
What do you think T's are like? Look at this choke point, right? It's very narrow and stuff.
Yeah, I'd say it's very
You think
hard.
you're just raining flashes and trying to bait out like util before you go in?
As a T, yeah, I think that's your only
I
chance.
think you just have to play it slow. You have to.
Because yeah, exactly. Because you can keep this area smoked like, very easily for a long time. And if you are trying to come out of the balcony area, the balcony area is very difficult because there's a lot of angles. You have this deep angle that can swing out at any time. You can have someone playing under who can shoot you as you're jumping up. Which, by the way, these railings really favor CTs because it forces a T to have to make a jump and then a drop. And you can't go. It might be possible to. You can go silent on this. This final drop, I think, no matter how you do it, is gonna make noise, which is difficult to say the least about the situation. And making it like very hard for a T to consider like lurking, like through a balcony or something. Yeah. I don't know, you can just take such deep control, because as I said earlier, if you get that molly, which I haven't like successfully, but it's definitely possible, if you get that molly, then you can jump up the balcony, get kind of deep, and then you have a split push if you want that aggression through a guy going through the same lane, as well as like on this side. And if you even if you don't do that, it's super hard for CTs to push, or I mean for Ts to push rather.
So you think overall the map is CT sided?
I think it's pretty CT sided because both the sites itself, it's kind of hard for T's to push at at the choke point itself, and mid is very clearly CT favored. As again, like I said
So
earlier,
you go
it's more
about making it more balanced. Would you try to rework the mid or the site entrances themselves?
Yeah, that's the real question, right? I think I would rather rework mid because I think it's more fun for a map to have a mid that is a reason to be fought for, other than just like CT rotations and maybe like a potential lurk. I think the easiest way to do that, in my opinion, is right now, if you look at where I'm standing right now, I'm going to shoot in the sky. If you were to drop it, if you're standing on the bridge, you can still see over the smoke super easily, and this like rock, you can like jump on, and you can possibly just see over the smoke. I think you see how there's an arch with this bridge. I think they should make another arch, right? So that way it's a easier thing to just smoke and then go across. And
make what?
Make this an arch, like another bridge, not an accessible bridge, but like another arch bridge. So it could be smoked and crossed.
I get you. So the smoke will just cover, and then the arch will fill out the rest of that height that needs to block the LOS from here.
Yeah, and that would make it easier to split into B. And when it comes to A, like you said, going A sewer side is hard.
You think you're smurfing this railing?
Yeah, the balcony, I think you can remove this railing, and it's better. Like, it's easier for T's to have a chance to do stuff. I think getting rid of that.
Yeah,
also,
I think so as well. Yeah.
This might be a bit much, but creating another, like, rotate from where I'm standing right now, if you look at the minimap. Yeah, from where I am right now into middle.
Yeah, I saw.
It would also help CTs too, because maybe it would be more towards like the safer, like the sewer area, like over here, right? But I think it would help both
very
teams.
T controlled.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So like a very maybe something like. I mean, if you go straight up from here, you could have like stairs like right here. Go up to it. I guess that's too far back. The molly hits
the reason that I want it to be right where I want it to be right where I'm standing, because let's imagine that the staircase is here. This gives when you're leaving,
T's can fight for this area from another angle.
Yeah, as well. Like if they were leaving, right? Because as they're coming here, I have to cross this to get to here normally. Now, if the exit is here, right, the connector, right, then they can fight it from here as well. And honestly, you could even have it be a one-way drop, so that we see.
You have to wait. Repeat that again. You have to cross what to fight?
So if I wanted to use this angle normally, right, I would have to cross with the bridge angle, and that's super dangerous, right? And I don't want to do that. If there's a connector here, there's an option for a T who is pushed up to then come down here. The bridge angle never sees me, and then I can come to the right and fight the bridge angle under bridge angle. Does that make sense?
I get you. Yep.
And this might be a little weird,
I
but
think that's also really good because if you want to isolate angles and say only watch that angle from somewhere safe like here, you have to give up info
exactly.
of the potential walk up the spiral stairs. So it makes it kind of like
forces-
just how the T's have to worry about a lot. The CTs also have to worry about a little bit more.
Yeah,
They
kind of
can't
evens
just watch
out.
both angles by watching one.
Exactly. Another thing I might do, this might be a bit much, is have like a staircase where I'm at right now, kind of like that. Get rid of this little rectangular prism that's kind of jutting out, and make this like a walkable area. So that way it's like a little ledge catwalk thing that you could kind of lurk up to come to middle. Does that make sense? Like it just creates another place for T's to come to. CTs could use it, but I think it's
Yeah,
like
but
a
with the
very
way it's
bad
made
angle.
right now, I think that's just another one way. That's a one
Oh,
way for
that's true.
CTs.
Yeah, because of the way the arch is. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I get you. With some level of reworking, maybe.
Some level of
But I
rework
think
to
that
mid to
might
give them another way
end
to
up
fight
favoring
better.
CTs a little bit more. I'm not sure about that ledge change.
If there's an easy way for the CTs to access the ledge, then yes. But if it was made difficult in some way, like maybe raising even more of this bridge to be in line with this part, and honestly that would be a fine change in its own, because it makes it even safer for T's to fight, because it's just one clear angle instead of a headshot
Yeah,
angle
that's
and a normal angle. I think that might honestly be a good change on its own right. You can scrap the whole entire ledge idea as long as they do that. I don't know, I just want to give, in my opinion, I think T's need more options in middle, and this
Or maybe,
railing
what
I
about
really
a
dislike.
tunnel under the balcony as well?
So that they can have 2 levels of elevation. I could see that working, but where would the tunnel? Oh, you could have the tunnel be like. I'm gonna join your team by the way.
Come from
because
mid.
I keep like pinging, and you can't see them, and it'd be so much easier if you could see
Yeah,
them. I
that's
think
true.
the tunnel.
Am I bad? I
would
don't have
be,
a
like,
ghost bind right now.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, the tunnel could be, if you see where I'm at right now, right here underneath the ledge. It could easily come out.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be like just a quick other route, and then T's have an option to like run this lower area, and they can split A from multiple sides, and I think it becomes very, very interesting.
And
Actually,
I
really
think it
like
might
that.
be good then to just keep this balk as like a
Yeah, if that happens,
maybe
then
not
keeping the
a type of
balcony
thing you
is
drop
fine.
off of, but something that you just stay posted on to put pressure on
Yeah,
areas by staying up here. You don't really have to drop down.
yeah, you can drop
Or you're
down
not
if
coming up
needed,
here with
but
the
it's not
intent to
something
drop
you're gonna
down.
want to do like early. Like you're gonna want to wait
Yeah.
for your lower players to assist, and this makes it so CTs have to fight for this bridge control. And I think it makes this bridge area super, super interesting because as I'm fighting for these people coming from the sewer, I can get pushed from the people coming from drop. So I need another teammate like holding that for me from a different area. And I think that leads to a super dynamic.
Yeah, and it
Mid.
inherently lightens up all the CTs on all the sites if they need to commit
Exactly,
more to
because
mid.
they're forced to be more
So I
spread
think
out.
making
Exactly.
mid more important for Ts, so CTs have to commit more resources to mid, and then therefore sites kind
Lightens
of
the
become
load
a
on
little bit
sites.
easier to hit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good set of proposed changes. We talked about how the map is already. Would you change the sites at all, like the cover? Because I think that for the most part, it's actually kind of interesting.
I think it was nice. It was like not too dense, but there was also still like quite a few options.
Yeah.
The sites had pillars and
For
stuff,
sure.
a good mix of pillars, boxes, headshot angles. I think it was nice.
Yeah. It felt
Like
like
diverse
there's
cover.
some. Definitely, I was about to say that. It felt like there was a lot of. There's an option for every type of weapon. Like on every type of buy, you're gonna feel confident. Like, oh, I could do a cheesy like crouch and look down with a pistol play. Oh, I can sit here tight with a shotgun or SMG. Oh, I can get posted with a rifle like around this big box. Oh, I can get posted on and off on this long angle.
And
It felt
then
like
there's your boost
everything.
you might want to throw in. Just the creative
Exactly.
type of things also exist.
Yeah, there's a lot of options for players. Wait, if
As the
I'm
map
gonna-
stands right now, though, how would you place your CTs?
Sure. As the map stands right now, I think you can honestly get away with one guy middle, to maybe one or two guys middle, right? I think probably just one, but like, because all you have to do is sit super passive and be ready to call if they're coming up this ramp area, right? So you can have a guy play where I am right now at this ramp, and he might be easy to swing, but as where I'm standing right now, I can watch literally everything. Yes, they could consider using like the spiral staircase, but if I full tuck, then it's not as bad. And if I have one person who's playing back mid, like near the bridge, this bridge player, by the way, isn't really much of a mid player because of how quickly he oh, I'm holding like
He
mid.
comes to A.
Yeah, he's there in 1 second.
Yeah.
He's holding the angles in a second. And he can throw a smoke in 1 second as well to help out and stall that.
Okay, so this is your bridge slash A flex. Is what you're saying?
Yup, bridge A flex plus one ramp player. I think those two are essential. I think you're
And
gonna
there's also this guy's also fast B rotate as well.
Yup. And then your other 3 players, you can
Not
play
as
it
fast as A, but
not as fast for sure, but it is something. Then your other 3 players, you have 2 options. You can lean B, and you have 2B, mixing up different times, doing aggressive plays and not doing aggressive plays. And your A guy is just hard stalling, holding utility to stall people on like the main thin lane, and getting ready for like a jump out balcony in the audio. And then other rounds, if you don't want to do double B, you can do double A, and you do a level of aggression involving maybe jumping up the balcony after getting a deep incendiary, and having players, maybe a player scale up through the lane with the pop flash. It's not consistent, this lane guy, but it's an option.
and you can also help this guy's timing by maybe like crouching right here and
yeah.
getting him up here faster.
It'd be a little faster.
So,
well, actually,
sorry,
Christian, you
yeah.
can actually jump right here already. Like, you see where I'm standing? Like, this is already like a
Oh
thing.
yeah.
So you don't really need that boost.
Oh yeah. Then maybe you don't need that.
Yeah. Oh wait, this is a random thing I realized, Krishna. If you manage to get like a Molotov from a T, you can decide to do a new strat. Like you realized, oh, my Molotov is big enough to cover a new choke point. We can use it to do something. Like I don't know how it is right now. I think this
Yeah.
Aqua is
Add
awesome.
some complexity. Like all the time, I'd be like, oh, I've saved a T molly, like same thing, whatever. Or on T side, I've saved a CT molly. But you actually kind of have to play slightly differently. You have
Yeah.
different options. So now for
Yeah.
CTs, like picking up those like dead T mollies is actually huge.
Yeah. Like, cause it's like, look, this is
Like
not really related to this.
there
map.
might be some chokes. Like I think
Like banana.
in
Banana's
the
the
future,
best
like
example.
maps that incorporate. Yeah. There's already that difference where you can't molly the whole thing with just a CT incendiary.
It's not directly related to this map, but just like a random thing I thought of because I was thinking about.
But it
throwing
is also
deep
another
mollies.
point of added complexity where map makers can make chokes that can only be fully covered by one type of molly
Yeah, so the goal is to
or
get that
something like
molly.
that.
Like obviously T's will be able to do it no matter what because theirs are bigger, but like a CT will be like, ah, this choke is too big for me unless I manage to get a molly, which would be really interesting. Yeah, all right. I think we've said everything there is and then some about this map. We talked about how we would execute. I think the only thing I guess is like T side defaults, but I don't think it's too deep. I think it's just like you're doing a 2-1-2 for the most part, and then maybe adapting based on how CTs play.
Yeah.
There isn't too much to get into specifics, but I feel like I said everything I want to say. Is there anything you want to add? We had some good ideas for the map as
No,
well.
I
We
think
talked
we
about how we
went
think
over
they play. Yeah, I'd say this is a pretty successful meandering. A lot shorter than some of the other ones too, which is good. And yeah, we'll see you next time, my single viewer. Bye bye.